Hey there everybody, Mike here with Badlands Paintball. Today we're going to be doing a little bit more of an in-depth look at our air tanks. We previously did a video on CO2 versus air. I love air tanks, I use air myself, so we're definitely going to take a better look at the air tanks that we carry. The air tanks themselves are going to come in a lot of different shapes and sizes. That's kind of what differentiates them. And also they're going to come in different materials too. So let's take a look at them here. We have three of our most common sizes that we have in our shop. Starting with the 48 3000 PSI, this is a steel tank. So definitely our most common air tank that we have. Pushes out around 500 shots or so out of your most common markers out there. Like I said, this one is a steel design, so it is going to hold a little bit less pressure overall, but ridiculously durable and a lot more inexpensive, you could say, compared to some of the higher end counterparts. We've also got the 50-45 carbon fiber air tank. And then we'll also have the 68-45 carbon fiber air tank. Now the air tanks here, the carbon fiber air tanks, are just what I said. They're made out of a carbon fiber material, so that's going to make these guys a lot lighter while at the same time remaining very strong. So these numbers here can be kind of confusing, and this is a good chance to kind of talk about the different numbers. So you heard me say 48 3000, you heard me say 68 45. So the first number in each of those little sequences there, in this case the 48 3000, the 48 stands for the cubic inches of the tank. So that's how big the actual tank is, how much air it can hold within it. In this tank's case here, it's 68 cubic inches. So 48 versus 68. This guy's got an extra 20 cubic inches on it, but being made out of carbon fiber, it keeps it very, very lightweight. About the same weight, if not a little bit lighter than the 48 3000. That's what makes the carbon fiber tanks so exceptional, so they can be a bigger cubic inches but still be very lightweight. Now the second number that we have in this series is the pressure that the tank can hold. So for the 48 3000, this guy holds 3,000 pounds per square inch. For the 68 4500, this one holds 4,500 pounds per square inch of pressure. So that just means, like I just said, it can hold more pressure, it can hold more air. For those guys out there that are shooting a ton of paintballs in a single game, you might want to look more for a carbon fiber tank, because you can definitely get upwards to those 500, closer to 1,000 shots out of the tank, depending on your marker. And the steel is the 48 guys might be for somebody who's just getting into the sport, really wants to have an accurate air source, but not going to absolutely break the bank at the same time too. Also, the steel tanks are going to be ridiculously durable as well. So somebody who's not quite as into maintaining their gear and treating it right, steel tank will be good for you too. Now some of the big features about the actual air tanks themselves, of course the size, of course how much pressure they hold, but the biggest thing is going to be in the regulator system here. This guy right up on top, and they do vary depending on the tank. Our tanks, the ones that we carry, both the Guardian and the Ninja tanks, I love them because they have completely handcrafted regulators that can be disassembled. So you have the top bonnet piece here, that's going to have all of your threads on it, that's what's actually going to thread into the tank. So you have the bonnet, you actually have the fill nipple here on the side. You've got each one of your burst discs and the gauge. The gauge is going to tell you how much pressure is in the system. Now the burst discs, these are unique. We get a few questions about these guys. If you end up pressurizing your tank too much, getting too much pressure in it, rather than doing any damage to the regulator or the tank itself, you have these burst discs. They will actually pop and allow the air to escape out of the system safely rather than overpressurizing your tank. So these regulators not only control the amount of air coming out of your tank, making your tank your marker system very accurate, but they help keep you safe too and allow you to easily fill and see how much air you have in your system. So you know what? Air tanks, they hold a lot more air, of course, more shots for you. They're a lot safer and a lot more accurate as well too. So we really, really love the air tanks here. You got a ton of different sizes. They do come in some different colors too, and we have tons of covers for them as well. So if you want to check out the different sizes, different colors, different tank covers that we have, come into any of our 8 locations across Canada. We have them all in there. Check out badlandspaintball.com too as well, excuse me. Great website there, shows all of our product on there as well. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter too, guys. Any questions or concerns that you have, especially tech related, any questions about our tanks, let us know, okay? Give us a shout, come into the shop, we're absolutely here for you. So like I said, guys, look into these air tanks. If you're looking for higher performance, a lot more bang for your buck, the air tanks are for you. Come on in, check them out.